Hello and welcome back to the Client Code Podcast. My name is Carol Kabale, and I know I say this in every single episode and you guys are sick of hearing this, but you actually don't understand how excited I am for this interview. You actually don't understand. The person I have here today, I think my mom went and had another child and her name is Francheska. That's exactly what happened. She's my long-lost sister, and she's here with you today. If you're watching us, you can basically see we're the same person. We have the same paneling. We have the same glasses on. Heck, I have a white t-shirt. She has a black t-shirt. We are literally the same people. So today's conversation is going to be so special, and I'm so excited to share it with you. But before we get into this, I just want to welcome Francesca to the podcast. Welcome! Yay!
Oh my gosh, I'm happy. I know that we said this before about us being soul sisters. And last time we talked, it was like this. We just can't stop laughing. Like it's so insane. All of these things that we have in common. But thank you so much for having me. It's an honor. Thank you.
Honestly, the honor is all mine, and I know my audience is going to get so much out of this. So guys, grab a pen and paper because this one is just gems.
I don't gatekeep. That's for sure. I drop a lot of hacks. I do that in my emails now. Like that's like my whole new thing now, where I don't send emails like about my day or whatever I'm going through. I only send emails about like, oh, I'm actually using something, or this is what I did to kind of, get to from point A to point B. So I just drop straight up hacks.
So in other words, go sign up for her email list. It'll be in all the little boxes with all the things. Francesca's the person to follow. Go do the things, guys. That's what we're trying to tell you. But as you know,
was the idea. Sorry, we started too early. That was the idea. You don't even know me yet, but sure, okay.
Yeah. I'm going to save you some time. Get on her email list. Just get on the email list. Do yourself a favor. Like,
thank you.
Go just minimize this tab. Don't move away. Minimize the tab. Go sign up for the email list. Go do that. But while you're doing that, let's get Francesca to answer us the question we ask everybody who comes on the podcast, which is, Fran, tell us, what is your unique client code?
And who my audience is, or what sets me apart, right? So
what sets you apart and what you do. Kind of vibes.
Yes. So I have a podcast called 9 to 5 Mom with a Pod. The way I stand out in this space of that, a lot of podcasts are coming up. Not that it's a saturated space. I don't think about that at all, but because there's so much to give of value to your community at this point. So my value is that I give 9 to 5 moms, that also includes stay-at-home moms, because we do a lot of work with our children. Now I know that after I quit my job in May, and then I was literally full-time at the house, even though I was working on the business, but I was mainly full-time mom, stay at home in a sense. And I learned that, stay-at-home moms, you deserve a gold medal at this point. But my unique client code is podcasting for the mom creator space. So moms who have hit this wall, moms who feel like, you know what, I am more than this. I can't even tell you how many times I've heard pre-moms, right? You have a 9 to 5 job, they have a career, they're good with that. Just like me. I was a paralegal before this, and I was a paralegal, a civil litigation paralegal for 10 years, and I was going to do that forever. I loved it. I still do. People still call me and, oh my gosh, are you not doing this anymore? I'm like, no. But when I had my daughter, there is a line where you lose a bit of your identity. And that's just for every mom. That's not just me. That's not just another particular mom. That's every mom. We lose a sense of identity for moms. And when we get to that level where we lose a little bit of our identity, we start asking ourselves, is this enough? And then there comes the clash. That's the second step. After we lose a little bit of our identity, comes a clash of, okay, it's not about me anymore. It's not about my career anymore. It's about my child, my daughter, my son, or my children. And then once you lose that little bit of identity to the point where you come to realize, I don't want to work for someone else anymore. I don't want to be stuck in this schedule where, and I see it all the time in my daughter's school, where parents have to drop off their kids and literally roll out of the school. They have to speed out of the school to get to work on time. It's stressful. And then here I go, Franny, me, I'm good. I gotta go. I'll be home when I get home. But I get it. I get it because that was me. And every time I talk to any single mom, and I'm I'm sorry for talking so much. But anytime that I talk to any single mom, they always tell me the same thing. I was a full-time mom. I was a career mom. I had all my ducks in a row. I knew exactly what I was going to be forever. And then I had my child. And now I want to do something different, something with meaningful, with purpose, something that I can give also not only still work, right? Because it's not that you don't want to work. You want to still work, but you also want to be flexible for your children. Sorry. Anyway, that was the long answer to the client code.
So that's the end of our podcast. Thank you so much for listening. It's been
That's
great.
it. We conclude here.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. I'm only joking. Guys, no, but everything you said is really kind of vibrating with me because I'm going to be starting this journey of becoming a mom. And even before that, I already have a lot of these fears and a lot of these things that you've identified of, well, what is going to be my purpose next? I've built this business. How do I manage it all? How do I get out of there? I understand that parenting is a full-time job. It's absolutely a full-time job. And it's a full-time job, but then you have other full-time jobs. And you also want to be more than just a mom, although that's probably the most rewarding job in the world. But, I wanted to ask you, right, you have this podcast, which I'm in love with, the 9 to 5 Mom with a Pod. How did that start? Take me back. How did you decide this is what I'm going to start doing? Was it that's how you found your purpose, what we were talking about?
It's so funny. I never thought about podcasting before. I never had this, oh my gosh, I dream of being a podcaster. Like, never had that. It all started as, honestly, it was a joke. Not a joke. It was more like a lighthearted podcast with a friend of mine because she would always say to me, wouldn't it be funny, the stuff that we talk about, to kind of have it on a podcast? And I said, yeah, sure. I think that's good. But the difference between her and I is that I'm a committer. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm actually going to do it. She was just talking about it. Wouldn't it be cool? But like the next time I called her, I go, oh, I already have the place where we're going to record. And I didn't know you were serious about that. But like, if you're telling me like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to do this? It's already ingrained in my brain and I'm a committer to things. So I'm going to do it. And it turns out that we did start the podcast. And, but she became a mom. She was literally pregnant when we started the podcast. And then once she gave birth, it was way too much. She had nursing school. She had the baby. And I get it because it was a lot for me too. Yeah. So I ended up saying, you know what? So now she's out, right? And it's so funny because, like we literally talk every day about this and it's so funny. She's like, how's the podcast and this and that. But anyway, so she continued that, but I wanted to continue doing podcasting, but I was stuck. I was like, I don't know what I want to talk about. Like, I don't want to talk about Oprah, or, trendy topics about celebrities. I feel like everyone's doing that. So I stumbled into a Facebook group that it was for mom creators, for moms who literally had, shout out to Ori. It was just for moms creators, just that they were figuring things out in the content creation world. And they had some questions in different aspects of things: legal, audio, editing, social media apps, all that stuff. It's all about mom content creators. And it just happened that a lot of the questions that they had, I'm like, I kind of know all of that stuff. Like, I can help you guys with this. And then the idea was born, like, you know what? 9 to 5 Mom with a Pod should be that. It should be talking to other mom creators who don't know what they want to do. They don't know what they want to start. Maybe you want to start a podcast. Maybe you want to start just a social media. You just want to do content creation about stay-at-home moms, or you want to be the next Nara Smith. Like, it doesn't matter, but you don't know how to do it. And that first step is the worst, the scariest step of all. And that's where it all, and then fast forward today, now I have a community, and it's very niche community as well, of moms who are just kind of like engaged in that. So that's pretty much how I got here.
Oh my gosh, I need a friend like that. Honestly, I'm your other friend. I'm like, wouldn't that be nice? And then I'm like, girl, what do you mean we're joining the gym? What do you mean you got us memberships? Like, no, we were just talking about the Pilates. I wasn't actually going to go. I need to do a friend.
That's me.
I need more people.
It's like, she says to me, hey, we need to start losing weight. I'm literally like, okay, when are we going to the gym? I got the gym membership. Let's go. Like,
you're just like,
let's
yeah,
go.
That was a thought.
It's so strange.
That wasn't like,
I'm such a committer. It's so weird. Like, I am that person. Like, my mom is like that too. Like, my mom, like, every time my father-in-law is not like that at all. He always says, we're going to go to Paris. And I think that was like 20 years ago and it still has not happened. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to fly everybody to Paris. I'm not like that. I'm like, and my mom is not like that either. So every time like he talks like that to my mom, like my in-laws talk to each other, it's so funny because my mom's like, when are we going to go to this Paris trip that he was talking about? I'm like, Mom, he's been saying that like every year. And like, but it's weird. Like I'm like that where I'm like, okay, when are we going? What's the date? What's the location? Where do we need to plan? How many of us are there? It's going to be this much per person. Like I'm already ready to go.
And I think, do you know what? To your credit, it's probably that's propelled you to have so much success in your niche, because a lot of us talk about starting things or doing things and we just never get on with it. And one of the things I think that stops us, or I would think, I mean, it stopped me for a minute. I had imposter syndrome, but my imposter syndrome was around everything. I don't have the right equipment. I don't have the right skills. I don't have the right things. So let's talk to that person who's listening to us today and is like, listen, I want to start a podcast, but I don't even have a microphone. What do they actually need to start? And we can even, second question, equipment-wise.
So there's so many equipments out there, especially nowadays. Even my AirPods are amazing. Like everybody owns a pair of AirPods. Like I see it at the gym. I see it regular. Like we all own an iPhone and AirPods. That is enough for you to start. And honestly, you could just record yourself on your phone and upload an episode on Apple or Spotify. It's super easy to sign up to because it's free. You're not paying for anything. You just sign up and you upload a few episodes. And then once you figure out you kind of like it and you kind of like figured out, hey, I have an audience for this type of thing, or I want to pivot down the line. That's also normal. You can say, hey, this is what I want to do now. Like me, I want to talk about, I don't know. I think our topic was like, am I the asshole segments or, that sort of thing that is on. I know it was super trendy and we had a great time. Let me tell you something. We went viral for that. Shout out to my ex-co-host, but we went viral for that because she was so engaged. She's so funny. She's so fun. She has all the personality in the world, but only one person ended up getting out of there liking it. And anyway, but speaking back on microphones, your AirPods, like imposter syndrome is always going to creep in, even to date, that I can talk about this, that I have the proper equipment. I still can tell you that I'm not good enough. My coach told me last week, what is the holdup with the brand reach outs? And I'm like, oh, because I already have Adobe that reached out and we're working together on a few projects. She's like, well, what's the holdup with Thank you. But what's the holdup for the other brands? And I was like, I mean, I feel like I don't have such a big community yet. Like, I feel like I want to have more. I want to have more listeners. And she's like, what? I didn't know. Your social media is highly engaged. I am a stickler for social media. Like engagement is so much for me that I'm like, it's a big deal. So anyway, what I'm trying to say that it's always going to creep in. It's always going to happen. But if you let it take over, it's going to be your biggest pain because then 2 years are going to pass by like this. And then all of a sudden, everybody else is doing what you want to do. And you haven't done it because you thought you needed an entire studio. I started recording pure audio in the beginning, pure audio. And it was like this very shitty, microphone. And it was
no. This is a safe space. We say whatever comes to our mind here.
It was super shitty. It was from Amazon. I think I spent like $30-$50. This was at the time when the AirPod, now the Pros hadn't come out. Now I have them and they're kind of cool. And I could literally use these for like anything. But back then I was like, it's not that back then. I'm not talking like 20 years back, but at that time these didn't exist. So I had to get like another type of microphone and I bought, if I could remember the name. This one is Shure mic, right? Like this is the $499 one or $400 or $399. I don't even remember. It's
Girl,
the expensive
you probably
mic.
bought the mic that I'm using, which is like this blue Yeti thing, which is like the starter one.
Those are great. Yes. Those are, the Yeti ones, those are great.
Yeah.
So I wish
like
I
very
had those.
Inexpensive.
Again, there's so many things out there that you can do. You could just look at the reviews and you need something decent, not like over the top. Don't even worry about video. Forget about the video portion for a second. Just stick to pure audio. And I promise you, if you want to do podcasting, of course, I'm telling you, it's going to be a game changer for you. For sure.
I love that. Okay, so we need to take on imposter syndrome and put it in a bag and be like, bye, Felicia, and just start. Start with what you have.
You know what I'm going to quote? I'm going to
Yes,
quote
tell
one
me.
person for you. I'm going to quote, and it's a show I used to watch Rick and Morty. It was one of my favorite
I
shows.
love Rick and Morty. He's so funny. I love Rick.
Put
He's
all
such
of
a
your
hoot.
shit in a backpack. And what he
Yeah.
said, put all of your shit in a backpack and go sell it at the shit museum. Okay.
I love it. I love it. Love it. Let's do that.
So like,
Let's
just get
do
it together. Let's get it together. Listen, I did it with my daughter working full time, and being a litigation paralegal is so hard. Shout out to all my paralegals out there, because I feel you if you're listening to this. I know. So imagine 63 Blake Lively cases. Like, that's what I would do per day. So like my life was that. Like, it's all brain power and it's all sucking it out of you. And it was so difficult. And I did it with that very demanding job. Plus my child, right? Because she wasn't going to daycare. She was at home with me because I was working remote.
Yes.
So I had a blessing that I worked remote, but I also had her at home with me, which made it challenging. And my husband and I, working remote as well, had to tag team with the baby. Now she's 3. She's going to preschool, so it's a lot easier. But things get easier over time. Actually, that's a lie. Things don't get easier. You adjust.
I was going to say,
adjust.
I don't think they do get easier, because what I'm finding
you
is
just get resilient over time.
Yes.
That's it.
You just get better at managing whatever the problem is. The problem is still the problem. It's still very much there. It's very much evolving. You just get better at figuring out what to do with it, which, you know, yeah. Okay.
It's literally like my sister-in-law the other day. I am so sorry. It's literally like my sister-in-law the other day we're talking about. Like, I went to the gym and I've been like lifting weights, and I started lifting weights like at 30, right? That was a lot. And then I started going up to 40 and now 50. Then now it's like weightless. You know what I mean? Because you become resilient to it. That's the same thing for this industry. Parenting and business, it's not going to get easier. It's always going to be the same. You're always going to have a problem, a stress, a something, but you become resilient to it. That's the difference. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I love that, because truthfully, I think everybody listening, we all go through that. I go through that. I go through that all the time. And that's what people who stay in entrepreneurship. Okay, I'm back. Nope. One sec. Wait. We're going to take a little commercial break here.
I love the commercial breaks. It's the best.
We're taking a commercial break, everyone. It said there's an issue with the microphone. Hello?
Now
Yes,
you're perfect.
We're back.
There
we go. Okay. You see, commercial break. Okay.
That's great. And we're back.
That's
Welcome
great.
back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. That was the commercial break. It's gone again. What happened? Okay, wait, one more commercial break. Are we doing it? Are you thinking about it? This is what I love about learning new things. We're always doing new things. Okay, now we're actually back from the commercial break. We took 2 of them. So if you're still here, thank you so much. This was a longer one, a more extended one. It was great. Okay, before we get into a third commercial break, let me ask the question I know you are all thinking about. Okay, I'm starting this podcast. I want to do it realistically. How do I monetize it? How do I make money from this? Or should I just start this podcast to bring me joy?
If you're starting the podcast to bring you joy, then you're on the right track, because that means that you're passionate about it. So I would say, to realistically speaking, always go in. Yes, you can monetize it, but always going in the beginning knowing that you're not going to monetize it in the beginning, or at least the first year. I would say go in with the mentality that you don't expect anything, and you'll be surprised the results of what you're going to get. It's almost like you didn't expect it. You got proposed to at the end of the year, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't see this coming. We never talked about marriage. So it was the same thing for podcasting. We never talked about brand deals. And now these people want to work with me. Like, what? So don't expect anything. If you're going in because you think you're going to be like a call her daddy, I just want to stop you right there. That takes some extra level of work, connections, and of course, a lot of luck. And, you know, it's like all the stars aligned in one, you know, it's the right timing, right everything. But it's not that it's impossible. So now here's how you realistically monetize it in the beginning. If you are pressed on cash and this is something that you kind of want to do, try to tie your podcast to a business. So for example, as it could be, you're a photographer, let's say, I don't know, just throwing something out. You're a photographer.
Let's do that.
You are very great at photography. I mean, I'm not a photographer. I don't know anything about it, but you're great at photography. You're great at seeing and capturing things or visual representation of things that other people don't see. You want to start a podcast about photography or whatever, or the likes. You can talk about editing and what looks good, and at the same time sell your services. Oh, hey guys, if you want to join my newsletter, I give more in-depth insight and actual video tutorials on my photography and how I set up my camera and my behind the scenes. And two things. Number one, try to tie it back to your business or something that you do. So if let's say you're a nutrition, tie it back to your nutrition. Hey, I'm a nutritionist. At the end of the day, or at the end of the podcast, just say, hey, look, if you want to join my newsletter, if you want to learn more about my services as a nutritionist, I do consultations, I do X, Y, and Z, and then bring those listeners back to you. Podcasting is just purely listener based. So there is no CTA other than they're hitting follow and then they'll listen to an episode that comes in, right? But there is no direct like, oh, click this link so you can get access to this. So sponsorships are just paying for your listens, because some other apps have like downloads, but the main ones that I use, like Apple, Spotify, they don't have downloads, they have listens. So if you have it on other platforms, then maybe other people would download. At this point, it doesn't even matter. Have it on as many platforms as you want. You get an RSS feed link anyway, and then just pick what platform, download, literally copy and paste that RSS link to all of the other platforms, and you only upload it once. So it streams across all the other platforms. But for monetization purposes, link it back to whatever it is that you're doing. So if it's photography, do that. And the second thing that I am working on that I am actually realizing right now is what we talked about in the beginning, is the email list.
Yes.
I did not know how obsessive and valuable I became with an email list. And there is a lot of call to action there. A lot. And I have so much fun with people on my email list because, again, I'm a committer. So
I know you are.
To the list. And then I see them. And if I see something that like bothers them, or like there was no feedback, or it was very low return rate.
Yeah.
Like I immediately I'm going to completely pivot this. Like this is not happening again. I listen to a lot of my people in the newsletter. So, and if you want to do visibility, one last thing, I do a lot of things with Eventbrite every single month. So if you're thinking about visibility, you have to be out there sort of like constantly for people to see you. I never thought that Eventbrite was going to be one of those places for me in my life. I was like, I'm just going to do like an Eventbrite event and like whatever. And then one of the events was like, and you could monetize from there too, because you could sell any digital products at the end of your presentation. I don't. I'm purely a branded person. I purely do content for people. So I don't sell anything at the end of my presentations, but I do giveaways. I do say, hey, if you sign up for the newsletter, you get a chance to win a card. So there's so many ways that the idea is that you get people in your door, kind of like a store, like a brick and mortar. You're trying to get people in the store. Once you have people in the store, now you just kind of have to like nourish them in a way.
Yeah.
And it's okay. There are going to be people that are going to leave your store because they're just not connecting, and it's okay. In the beginning, I took it real personal. I'm like, oh my God, they hate me. But in time, you're like, okay, you know what? This is great. This is actually pretty great, because that means that I don't have to make this person happy, or this person is not for me. Maybe our contents don't align. So, or maybe even our personalities don't align. That happens too, and that's okay. It's not personal.
And that's great. Right? You know what? When I was on your podcast, we spoke a lot about this, about the email part. It's like one thing that I will always, it's the like, what is it? The sword that I will die on, or whatever the saying is. Literally, guys, it's the only thing you own. Everything else, I mean, I'll even say it about podcasting. This is all borrowed land. Like all of these platforms can go down at any moment. They can change their policies, the way they run the platform, the way they do anything. I don't care if you're on social, on podcast. An email is something that you can actually like export that list. And I mean, unless you lose that file on your computer, hopefully you have it also in the cloud somewhere. That's actually something that you can start again, and it's tangible. And as you said, if you're becoming more into the brand kind of person, this is something brands want to know about you. They want to know that you have a following. They want to know that you have a community. And more importantly, you don't even need a big number. And you can correct me if I'm wrong about this, Fran, but like you need more engagement, people who are actually your people, rather than you don't need millions of people to, get these opportunities. Right?
Don't get me started on that.
Okay, guys, that is for the next episode. We're going to hear that next.
Woo. I was already spicy. I'm turning red because I'm like, should I talk about that?
I
spicy.
mean, look, I think we're going to have to do a part 2. I think that's just exactly what needs to happen. And we're going to start with that. We're just going to start with that because I know that's exactly what you guys want to hear. But before we round off today, as you know, I ask everybody the same question as they come here. It's my life mantra. It's something I live by. It's something that makes me think every day. I literally have it on my wall over there. And it basically goes like this. What you don't change, you choose, right? So I want to ask you, Francesca, what are you choosing today?
What am I choosing today?
Yeah, because what you don't change, you choose. So what are you choosing today?
Oh my gosh, that's, I'm trying to think.
I know.
It's so weird because I'm like, I don't want to change anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh.
That's okay.
I don't want to change anything. I mean, if I understood this right, well, you don't change, you choose. Honestly, look, I chose this, right? I literally chose this from not being from a comfy, very comfortable 9-to-5 job that I had. And it was a great job. I don't regret it. I mean, I loved I still talk to my coworkers. It was just an amazing experience. And I choose this. I choose this every day. I like hustling. It was one of the things that I learned about owning your business, that it's a lot of hustle and it's going to be forever. It doesn't matter. It's going to be a forever hustle. And I didn't know that about entrepreneurs. I thought entrepreneurs was like almost like watching a unicorn, you know, like, oh, like, how do they do that? Whatever, you know, like, but I choose this. I choose entrepreneurship life. I choose this life, this path that I chose. I think that I would not change it. I would not change this at all. And I love it. It's a lot of work, but I love it. Like my husband has to pull me out of the computer. Because at night, I'm like, I don't want to go to sleep. I want to keep working, but I know that if I don't sleep, I don't get the energy for the next day. But again, I choose this. I choose entrepreneurship and I choose hustle. I guess I got that right.
No, you got it. There's no right or wrong answer, but I think for once you gave me an answer, which honestly I wasn't expecting. I love how you started it. You were like, I'm choosing this. Like, there's nothing I would change. I think when you're so content in what you have, you can really know that you've made the right choice. And I think not many of us are fortunate enough to wake up every day and not want to change anything in their lives. So what a blessing.
It's hard.
Honestly.
It is hard.
It is hard.
Because you want a lot of things.
But honestly, it's such a blessing.
Yeah. We could go down a rabbit hole with this. I mean, just psychologically. Yeah, but honestly, I look at myself every day and I'm like, I live a very simple life. Nothing. I'm not like a millionaire. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, like I don't make millions on brand sponsorships. But again, I choose this life. I choose the hustle. I choose the entrepreneur in the same way that I have it now with my daughter, with my husband. Like, I just don't want it to change. Like, this is what it is. Like, I want to do it. Now,
I love that.
Anyway, but that's that.
No. That's enough. That's the mic drop, guys. That's the mic drop. That's the mic drop. I love it. Honestly, thank you. I knew today was going to be good. I didn't know where it was going to go, but my heart, even at the end, I feel like teary because I could feel how like happy you are and like how content it is that what you do. And I think we all learned something about podcasting. And guys, please go and follow Fran on her journey. Go support her. Go join her email list. It's really good. And thank you so much for being a guest on the Client Code podcast. I really appreciated having you here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Only a pleasure. And that's it. That's the end of the episode, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time. Bye.